What if the key to unlocking your growth lies not in your words, but in your silence? Meet Clara, a vibrant soul, brimming with thoughts and dreams. She found herself lingering in relentless conversations, sharing every detail of her life, her struggles, her aspirations. At first, her words flowed freely, a tap turned on full blast, eager for understanding, validation, and connection. But over time, the energy drained from these exchanges. They transformed from nourishing dialogues into exhausting monologues. Each conversation felt like a tug of war, where every detail she laid bare was met with indifference or worse, misunderstanding. Clara began to feel like a receding tide, eroding her spirit with every attempt to engage others in her journey. The expectation of validation weighed heavily upon her shoulders, an invisible shackle binding her to an endless cycle of over-explanation and seeking approval. In moments of solitude, she recalled the teachings of Marcus Aurelius. The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. What if, instead of voicing her deepest fears and wildest dreams, she focused on the narrative she wrote in silence? Perhaps the loudest transformations could indeed happen in stillness. Clara embarked on a journey of quiet reflection. Inviting silence into her life, she allowed her true self to emerge, unshackled from the need for validation. She found strength in actions rather than words, a morning run, an impromptu act of kindness, a moment spent marveling at nature. Each day became an opportunity to embody her intentions without the need for applause. Yet, as Clara navigated this new realm, she faced adversity. Friends began to question her newfound silence. "What's wrong? Are you okay?" Their concern felt like a tempest against her resolve, a reminder of the external world's incessant clamor for connection. But through Seneca's wisdom, she remembered we suffer more often in imagination than in reality. The silence wasn't an absence, it was a reclamation of power, a sanctuary where she began to rewrite the story she told herself. There was a profound moment one afternoon, after spending several hours in quietude, when Clara stood before the mirror, taking in a woman staring back. In her reflection, she saw not a solitary figure lost in thought, but a warrior of her own narrative, stronger and more focused than ever before. "My actions will speak louder than words," she whispered to the silence. With each small victory, Clara discovered that not everyone needed to understand her journey. In fact, some battles, and indeed the most meaningful ones, are won in silence. The roar of the world faded, and all that remained was her grounded presence, held aloft by the truth she was starting to grasp. As she embraced her newfound strength, she recalled Epictetus. "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Clara learned to let go of wanting to be seen or heard. The battle for recognition was one that offered no true victory. Instead, she became a quiet force, a note of calm in a bustling world. And so we arrive at a simple yet profound truth. You don't have to say it to prove it, you can live it instead. The echoes of Clara's journey remind us that the mightiest transformations often unfold away from the gaze of the crowd. So, as you navigate your own life, consider this. What stories remain untold, safely nestled in the space between your heart and mind? What power might you reclaim by saying less? In the age of noise, let us remember, not every truth needs a voice. Sometimes it is in the silence that we truly find ourselves.